Well, hello, and welcome to the Clue Bird. I'm your host, R. Wayne Browne. I'm sure that you've had a moment when something happens, and before you even think, you feel a tightness in your chest, a rush of frustration, a sense that something isn't right. And in that moment, it feels true. But feeling true and being true are not always the same thing. This is the Clue Bird whispering sage advice for those willing to listen. There have been moments in my life where something didn't go the way I expected. A conversation, a decision, an outcome I thought I had earned. And the feelings came quickly. This isn't fair. That shouldn't have happened to me. Or something's wrong here. And in those moments, I didn't question the feeling. Sadly, I believed the feeling. Why? Because feelings are convincing. They arrive with urgency. They feel personal. They feel like the truth. But here's what experience has taught me. Feelings are not facts. They are signals, not conclusions. I remember a moment back when I was flying. We were moving fast, low, and focused. Everything looked normal until it didn't. Something just kind of caught my eye. Something was just a little off. Not an alarm, not a master caution warning light. No, just a feeling that something's wrong. And that feeling showed up strong. I can still feel it. It's immediate, it's convincing. But training teaches you something critical. Don't react to the feeling. Verify the facts. So instead of acting on that first surge, you slow it down. You check your instruments. You scan your systems. You confirm what's actually happening to the jet and what's not. Because in that environment, reacting to something that feels wrong but isn't can create a real problem that never existed. So you learn to separate the two. Not what it feels like, but what is actually true. And that lesson doesn't stay in the cockpit, it follows you into life. Someone doesn't return a call and the feeling shows up. They're ignoring me. A plan falls through and the feeling says, this always happens to me. But is that a fact or a feeling filling in the blanks? I remember a much simpler moment standing in a store line. Nothing important, nothing urgent, but the person in front of me stepped up to the cashier and started asking question after question, taking their time. And I felt it, that shift. Come on, let's go. This shouldn't take this long. People need to be more aware and more considerate. Yeah, It felt justified. It felt reasonable. But then something in me changed. I stepped back and just for a second asked a different question. What do I actually know here? And the answer was really simple. I didn't know anything. I didn't know if they were confused. I didn't know if they were new. I didn't know if they were having a hard day. All I had was a feeling. And in that moment, I saw it clearly. Everything softened for me. Nothing outside had changed, but inside, there was space. And in that space, there was patience. That's what practical wisdom looks like. Not controlling your feelings, but not being controlled by them. It's learning to pause right between what you feel and what is true, and asking, what do I know for sure? Not what it feels like, not what it seems like, but what is actually true in this moment. Because when you do that, you create distance, not from the situation, but from the emotion that's driving it. And in that space, you gain your much needed clarity. I've learned this the hard way in moments where I reacted too quickly, spoke too soon, or made decisions based on what I felt instead of what I knew. Oh, yeah. And almost every time the facts were much smaller, simpler, and far less dramatic than the overwhelming feelings. So here's your clue. Your feelings deserve to be heard, but they don't get to decide what's true. Don't let them take control of your jet. Listen to them, but stay in control. Because when you do, you unwisely give just a temporary emotion permanent authority. So the next time something hits you, pause and ask, what are the facts? Not the assumption, not the story, just the truth. What actually happened? What do I know for sure? And then respond from there. Because when you separate feelings from fact, you don't become cold. You become clear. And clarity allows you to respond instead of react. It keeps you grounded when everything inside of you wants to move fast. And over time, that becomes a quiet strength for you. This is the clue bird, and the little voice inside you're learning to trust might just be your own. I want to thank you for tuning in today. And if you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe and tell a friend. Oh, hot tip. Until our next visit, I'd like for you to consider what winning the morning war might mean to you. Oh, and make sure to get a little exercise for your adorable clue bird.